손을 감싸며 괜찮아 울어준 사람, 세상이 등져도 나라서 함께 할 거라고 등 뒤에 번지던 눈물이 참 뜨거웠소. 이 나이 되어서 그래도 당신을 만나서 고맙소 고맙소 늘 사랑하오. 못난 나를 만나서 긴 세월 고생만 시킨 사람, 이런 사람이라서 미안하고 아픈 사람. 나 당신을 위해 살아가겠소. 남겨진 세월도 함께 갑시다. 고맙소 고맙소 늘 사랑하오.
Thank you.
Go.
Good morning, and welcome to our family service on the 5th of November. Wow, the year is almost done. Okay, we need to take stock and redetermine for the next couple of months so that we can fulfill this year in a way that is pleasing to our Heavenly Parent. Welcome again. First Sunday of the month is always an exciting time. It looks like a lot of people are away or are still caught up in Storm Kieran. Somebody should tell them it's over, Come in. But anyway, I know there are a few people online as well, so welcome to our service. We're going to start by offering a half bow and offer our pledge to our Heavenly Parent. So please rise. Let's offer a half bow to Heavenly Parent and true parents. King Bear, Barrow. And let's recite family pledge number 4. Our family, the owner of Channel Gok, pledges to build the universal family encompassing heaven and earth, which is the Heavenly Parent's ideal of creation, and perfect the world of freedom, peace, unity, and happiness by centering on true love. Thank you. Please join me in an opening prayer. Beloved Heavenly Parents, thank you so much that we could gather here today to worship you, fellowship with each other, and to really determine to start this month with enthusiasm, with excitement, with firm confidence that you are with us every moment of every day, so that we can meet any challenges that come our way. And indeed, we will look for challenges so that we can grow, we can expand our influence over this world. Your influence, through us, you can expand your influence. Because this world really needs your love, it needs your peace at this time. So Heavenly Parents, let us be your instruments. Let us be your vessels that you can work through. Let us be also humble to hear your voice in the other, in each other, and in people we may meet randomly, Heavenly Parents. I know even on the way here, we would have met people who would have spoken your word to us. Let us take that word, take that experience, and let it encourage us and embolden us to accomplish your will. Heavenly Parent, we come before you today and pray that we can have open hearts enough to receive your word. I want to report this in my name, Aja and Nitaya Moldo, the Central Blessed Family, are Jew. So we're going to, please be seated. Oh no, please stay standing. We're going to start by inviting our band up, worship team up, to lead us in a couple of songs.
Testing, 1, 2, 3. Morning, everyone. This first one you know quite well, I think. The Lord is one. Oh, my brethren, can't you hear me say, the Lord will love you forever. Oh, my brethren, can't you hear me say, the Lord is one. Oh, can't you hear me, brother? And won't you come along to the heavenly kingdom and sing a new song? Oh, everybody, try to understand that word times. Oh, everybody, try to understand that day is done. Oh, can't you hear me, brother? And won't you come along to the heavenly kingdom and sing a new song? Oh, I'm Mount Zion. Son of man of you, to rule out the saw him, Son of Man is here, and Christ is God. Lord, can't you hear me, brother? Won't you come along to build a heavenly kingdom and sing a brand new song? All bound together, nobody can go. Loving each other, loving one and all. Nobody can fall. Our race is done. Our race is won. Our race is won. Thank you. Surprise is, there's no surprise. Okay, next song. Yeah. One heart.
One world, one heart, one world, one heart, and one strong love to lead. One world, one heart, one world, one heart, the light of truth to set you free. The lightning flashes across the sky to light the path of those who try. One world, one heart, one world, one heart, and the ancient serpent is thrown down. One world, one heart, one world, one heart. Can't you hear the trumpet sound? And many stars fall from the sky, and they all wonder why. One world, one heart, one world, one heart, into the age of fitting in. One world, one heart, one world, one heart, bringing the old world to an end. Can't you hear? Please heed the call of love, man, for all men. One world, one heart, one world, one heart, bringing the old world to an end. One world, one heart, one world, one heart, one world, one heart, bringing the old world to an end.
Thank you.
Thank you. Yeah, that was an inspiring start. We want to keep going like that, so we don't want the energy to drop. Hi, everybody. Hi, Auntie Jenny. Hi. My heart is with you, Auntie Jenny. Manse. Yeah. Hallelujah. So we're going to have our announcements now. There's quite a few. And then after the announcements, I'm going to invite up our beloved sister, Sharon Greaves-Mann, to give a short testimony because, well, she's been here in Britain and from across the sea, from the Caribbean. And why would you come to Britain? Anyway, she's been here 50 years, and we'd like to hear a short testimony from her. I'm only 43 years left my country. And I know many of you have come from far to dedicate your lives to Britain, to love Britain and to raise Britain up. So, this is it's wonderful. So let's have our weekly announcements. I'm not going to read all through everything, but these are online, so you can check them out and click the links for more information. So on the 25th of November at Stanton Fitzwarren, there will be a landscape painting experience led by Ashley Davis, who's a professional artist. So if you're interested in landscape and aspiring, Gainsborough, is he a landscape artist? I don't know. I didn't do history of art. Please go, 11 a.m. Everyone is invited. And also, we have Songwalk Caring Ministry Information Evening. One thing that is guaranteed, that we'll pay taxes and then we will ascend, right? We need to know about these things. So if you have any questions on how to prepare for the Songwalk of a loved one or your own, are you wondering what to say or how to care for members who have been bereaved? Everybody hits that moment without knowing, so it's good to prepare. So the Songwalk Caring Ministry would like to invite you for an information evening, and we'll attempt to answer your questions. It's online, Friday the 17th of November at 7:30 p.m., so please make it a date. Also, the Senior Harp UK Winter Workshop registration is open. Apply. There's an early bird deadline of the 30th of November. So register and get a discount. The workshop itself will be on the Thursday, from the Thursday 28th December to the 2nd of January at Livingston House. So it's for ages 14 to 18, so that it can be more of a targeted workshop this time. So that's why it's a bit of a narrower age. The European Second Generation Matching and Blessing Workshop also is taking place, is in person in Slovakia, either Slovakia or Germany on the 11th of February. So it will be from the 8th to the 11th of February. It will be confirmed which location it is later. So look out for information on that. And there's also a Matching and Blessing Preparation Workshop, Level 2, Part 1, Friday the 17th to the 19th of November, Sunday the 19th of November in Glanów, Poland, for second-gen members and their parents. So registrations are open. Also, there's a first-generation Matching and Blessing Preparation Workshop. It's Deja Vu. I thought I read this last week. Friday the 10th to the 12th of November in Tirana. Visit Albania. It's a lovely country. It is for first-gen and matching supporters. Also, workshops for next year, ESGD workshops for next year. ODP Plus workshop, July 14 to 24th, 18 plus. Senior Plus workshop, August 11th to 19th. And the Roots 22 Plus workshop, August 21st to 25th. So, and in between that, we'll have a pilgrimage to Korea, so keep those dates open as well. Okay, Heart of a Father Retreat is just next week. So the West Country, WWW Community, Worldwide Web, West Country Community, Elliot Yamamoto, and Simon Cooper organized a weekend retreat at Cleave House for all the grandfathers-to-be, fathers and uncles in our community, and grandfathers as well, on the 10th, Friday to the 12th. It's only £170 per person, so please register for that. You don't have much time, so. True Children's Day will be celebrated in our community on the Sunday the 12th at 11 a.m. at Livingston House. So we will have a talk by Dr. Mike and Fumiko Balcom, and hopefully we can broadcast. We will broadcast, so any communities that are not celebrating or not putting on a holy table on that day can experience the River South Holy Day. we're still looking for young people to move into Livingston House, especially since it's a new month. Maybe you're thinking this is the time to move in, so you can just make the leap and move into Livingston House. A lot of exciting things out there. Last Thursday, we had a wonderful music event. I'll tell you more about that later. And so that's something that we can experience when we are there. We're going to have the weekly update, and then before the weekly update, there's a 2-day Divine Principle Workshop. December 1st to the 3rd, Livingston House. You're all welcome. You, plus your guests, plus your friends, your family, please come and attend. It's a life-changing event, so please come and you'll be surprised. Okay, thank you. Now let's have the weekly update.
Europe and Middle East.
Good evening, brothers and sisters. My name is George Pereira, and I'm here speaking from the Middle East. And today I'll be the host of the Europe and Middle East Weekly News.
Last month, YSC Lebanon held its inauguration event at the UNESCO Palace in Beirut, thanks to UPF Lebanon President couple that could secure the place after meeting the Lebanese Minister of Culture. In total, 223 people attended the event, with each one receiving a copy of True Mother's memoir in Arabic. The speakers talked about youth, hope, love for the country of Lebanon, and inspired the participants to join YSP Lebanon activities and be the ones to make a positive change in the world. Next, the winners of the video contest were awarded for the videos showcasing ideas for a peace project. The final award, Environmental Hero, went to Mr. Harer Kurdian in recognition of his over 12 years of dedication to care for the environment. We hope this can be the start of many amazing things to come for Lebanon.
Last month, the Ikogretim Elementary School in Antakya received 2 new classrooms, much needed by the families that were affected by the devastating earthquake at the beginning of this year. Thanks to the donations from our Heavenly Parents Holy Community around the world, Family Federation and YSP could raise the funds needed and collaborate with the locals and volunteers to make this project come true. The education director, the school principal, and the excited children were all there at the ceremony to hand over the addition. Mr. Binod Paudel, President of Family Federation for World Peace Turkey, was there to represent the donors. Currently, 45 students are happily attending classes in the classrooms. We plan to continue to support this school and turn it into a model project so that other NGOs and the government can replicate it in other areas in need. Last month, a 6.8 magnitude earthquake hit Morocco in the central region, killing more than 3,000 people, injuring many, and causing widespread devastation. Very quickly, UPF and Women's Federation organized a fundraising campaign and gathered 5,000 euros to send for relief, thanks to our Euro and Middle East community. Our partner organization in Morocco, ANWA, organized an expedition to the affected areas. They brought needed food, blankets, and other necessities to the locals, and also met families, entertained the children, and talked to local women. UPF Turkey had a meeting for ambassadors for peace and friends of UPF at the Peace Embassy in Istanbul. The main speaker was Mr. Jacques Marion, co-chair of Europe and Middle East UPF. Mr. Marion presented the vision and key areas of focus of UPF, focusing on living for the sake of others, the fundamental role of the family, interreligious cooperation, and the vital role of the United Nations. Participants shared their both experience and ideas on ways to contribute to peace. In his closing remarks, Mr. Umberto Angelucci, co-chair of the UPF Middle East, emphasized the important role Turkey can play for peace in the region. Every year, our Jewish Peace Ambassador holds an interfaith prayer meeting during the Jewish Sukkot holiday. This year, Rabbi Ada invited us to her sukkah at her synagogue. Jewish and Muslim and Christian community members and our Heavenly Parents Holy Community members introduced True Father words to the participants. The Israeli citizens are offering prayer in many locations throughout the country in memory of those that passed away in a terrorist attack. Members from the Heavenly Parents Holy Community Israel are deeply regretful for all the lives lost and offer a 21-day vigil prayer condition for Japan and the local situation.
In Lebanon, FFWPU is focusing to reach out to new people, especially the youth of the country, who are the hope for the future. Every week, we prepare a special session of internal guidance for youth where we share together True Parents' words, discuss, and reflect upon them. It is a great time for new people to be introduced to True Parents' words and understand their vision for a peaceful world. Last week, we could start a Blessed Couple seminar in our center for 4 blessed couples on how to become a model blessed couple by giving them the tools that help them to accomplish this. We are grateful for our united teamwork. Despite the difficult circumstances we are living in, we feel we are very close and united together as we help and support each other as Heavenly Parents Holy Community.
We are also happy to announce the European Winter Harp Workshop in Glasgow. It will start at December 28th and go until January 2nd. If you're interested in developing your life of faith and having a high-known lifestyle, please don't hesitate to check out the information in the website. Thank you for watching this edition of the Europe and Middle East Weekly News. We are grateful for all your prayers and support for the Middle East region, and we hope you have a great week. Thank you. Bye-bye.
I have birthdays for November. So if you have your birthday in November and you don't show up on this list, please let us know or update your details so we can remember you, send you a card. There's quite a few, right? So I'll rush through. We'll only say the ages for those 20 years and under 20, yeah? So on the first is Chu Fiora. Second, Lance Gardner and Andres Remis. On the third, Sharon Mann and Tayuko Davis. Fourth, yesterday, Yuriko Santos and Dexter Lambikisa. On the 5th, today, Paul Fisher. Is Paul here? He's probably celebrating his birthday somewhere here. Andrew Tribe is the 6th. Yuriko Roselli is the 9th. Yeah, no, okay. Dirk Gardner, 12th, and Joram Suguyo is on the 12th. Hijri Barrett is on the 14th. Irina Tomuz is on the 15th. They'll have a nice birthday cake at the Maidstone family evening meeting today, because Irina's birthday as well, so I'm sure she'll make a nice cake. Patrick Hanna's birthday is on the 16th. Jenny Thompson is 18 on the 18th. Emilia Warren, her birthday is on the 21st. And Bernadette Jacob is on the 22nd. And David Thomas, 22nd. Wow. Jonathan Diokez is 18 on the 23rd. Arian Mobasherian is 6 on the 23rd. Patricia Caesar is on the 25th. Hyungja Karon is on the 25th. Ilmi Baklanov is the 26th. Is that correct? I thought it was already. No, okay. Patricia Hartley, is a long birthday. Patricia Hartley and Clive Pollitt on the 27th. Alex Dainchi on the 28th. Also Eunhye Lim on the 28th. Mia Gardner, Matilda Hewish. Mia Gardner, 29th. Also Matilda Hewish, who will be 10 years old on the 29th. And Adrian Lee also on the 29th. So the 29th win numbers. Oh, who's missing? Margaret Ali is missing. How is that even possible? On the 22nd, okay. Yes, maybe, yeah. So Margaret Ali as well. Yeah, I always remember Margaret and David always blow out the cake. But today I'm going to ask Clive and David, and Jenny. Could you come, 3 people, to blow out while we sing happy birthday to you? Auntie Jenny, please, yeah. Sharon is going to come up later to speak, so I'm not calling her forward. Yeah, okay. So let's sing happy birthday to everybody, yeah? Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, everybody. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, everybody. Happy birthday to you. So, all together, you can blow out the candles and then cut. What? Okay, and Auntie Jenny, you can cut the cake, yeah. Okay. Yeah, together, David. Yeah, thank you. Great. Okay. Great. So we can share some of the cake later together with all the potluck lunch that you have brought together. So I'm just going to share a few pictures from Thursday. We had a music event at Livingston House, so some of you could make it there. Actually, we are so busy now. It's a great thing that you can't make it everywhere because we are so busy. So, am I up? Yes, I should be up. I'm going to try again. should be. Okay, it's just 5 pictures, but it is on, just says source. If there's a Sunday without a technical glitch, it's coming, it's good, it's good. You have to look quickly, you're in the matrix. Yeah. It's going to settle down soon. Yeah, back in the day, we had this every time you switched on your TV, it went horizontal. So, yeah, okay. Has a mind of its own, and then it will settle. So this was the music event. You can see we have Angelica Inshan, I forgot his name, and Alistair, and Taliesin from the Trinity Music School. Why is it still doing that? Okay. And then we had, it was a fun day. We had raffles. There's quite a few people there. It was a nice event put on by the Greenwich team. And I'll wait for it to roll to the next. And there was a bit of explanation about the Intercultural Peace Society. The pictures are not that good because they are WhatsApp pictures. And I thought it will stop. Let me. Maybe if we all stand up and sit down. Okay, that's it. Yeah, good. Oh, we switch it off. Oh, no. Okay. And this is mostly the Greenwich team and the King's College team with Arian there. And, took a picture at the end. So, it was really wonderful to speak to all these young people. It's really exciting energy. This was yesterday, here. Beatles covers by Russell. Not just any random event. This was a Stand Up for Cancer research event here. Now, I know yesterday was a busy day for many of you with great works and other things. So many of you couldn't come. It doesn't mean you can't donate. You can still donate to this worthwhile charity. So speak to Sigrun afterwards. Also, there's a table laid out with some treats from the event yesterday. So please make a donation and take some, enjoy, And I know the timing is not always right. There's 8 days in the year we can't do other events, 4 holy days and the 4 great works. But life just moves on, So there's many things to do, so sometimes there's a clash. So hopefully we can avoid most of these clashes going forward if we plan ahead. But yesterday was the last day we could have had that Stand Up for Cancer event. That's why we had to go ahead with that yesterday. So please donate, still donate. And we will put a link in the newsletter for all the music. And I actually won in the raffle. I never win anything. I only bought 1 ticket. I'm Scrooge. So I bought 1 ticket and I won. What is it? It's a gardening tool, So I'm kind of ready for this today's talk, which is going to be given by Simon Roselli. Actually, let me step back here because you may think I'm going to be doing gardening. I'm not. I'm more of a fisher man. I like the sea and things. So I got that garden tool for Nitya, so she will be doing the gardening. And I will support her. But, today's talk will be given by Simon Roselli, and the title is Prune to Bloom. So we are ready. We've got the tools ready. Although it's not a pruning tool, but still, it's a digging tool, but still, it's gardening. So I'm looking forward to hear what Simon is going to speak on. But before he comes up, we're going to have the band come up. And before the band comes up, we're going to have Sharon come up to give her testimony. Please welcome Sharon.
Good morning. Can I take this? Yeah. Hi, my name is Sharon Greavesman. three name, double barrel name. And you probably wonder why, but yeah. Okay.
Everybody has three names.
Well, I have two last names. Okay. I was born in Jamaica at a very early age. Yeah. Yeah. Um, I was talking very early on to Franklin. Franklin actually is my spiritual brother. We joined church kind of, more or less. We knew each other. He knew me before I joined the church, so yeah. We're from the same hometown. And David Thomas, yeah. So I was born in Jamaica. My parents actually came here, not on the Windrush, but my uncle came on the Windrush. And he, my father is from a big family, so they kind of looked after each other. So when my uncle came and my aunt came, they supported and brought my father here. So my father came. Actually, my father came the day after I was born. So sometimes I say he took one look at my face and then, yeah. But he had his ticket ready and everything, so he had to leave. So, yeah, he came to England. So I never actually saw him until I was nearly 14, So, it's not like you had pictures and, I had hardly any pictures, so yeah, I didn't see him. And my mother actually left when I was just a year old. She came to England to join my father. And so I was taken care of by my grandmother. Yeah, I'm a grandmother now, so, it's amazing looking back. So I actually didn't see my mother again until I was 11 years old. And she came to Jamaica for 2 weeks. And actually, I didn't even recognize her. She came. I knew she was coming, and I was kind of fetching water, and there she was. She just kind of came and, I'm your mother kind of thing. So, and then just when I was 11 years old, where I lived, we had to take what you call the 11 plus exam, and then you would be sent to a grammar school. So I took the exam and I didn't pass. And so when my mother came, she thought, it would be best for me to come to England to get a better education. Also, I had 3 other siblings, who were already here. I was the only one who was born in the West Indies. So, yeah. So then they decided that I should come to England. And it actually took another 3 years for me to come. I think my grandmother didn't want me to, because my mom is an only child, and she was here in England. My father has 13 siblings, so it was like, she only had me, so basically she didn't want me to come. But in the end, she finally, decided that, it would be best. So I came, and everything was arranged. I was put on a plane. It was a long process, which I won't go into, but I was put on a plane. I was near my 14th birthday, and it was basically traveling with strangers, because I didn't know. It was like I went to the airport, I met the travel agents, and they allocated a person, to say, oh, this is the person who's gonna take care of you all the way to England. And so I came on the 30th of October, And in London, there was such a smog everywhere. You know, you couldn't, the airplanes couldn't fly. And so I had to stay in Heathrow in the Excelsior Hotel by myself. Yeah. And then the next day, when it was more clear, I had to take a plane to Manchester, where I met my dad for the first time. I actually came to England in very short sleeve. You know, they had to wrap me in a blanket. You know, so I think it was like being born again. You know, and my father came and picked me up, and my sister was there with him, and my father, you know, when I got in the car, I remembered he said to my sister, "Oh, give her your jacket." So my sister took her jacket off and, you know, gave it to me, reluctantly at first, but, you know, I felt, you know, looking back, I feel, oh, you know, she did this. And yeah, so I think the main point of me leaving the West Indies by myself, you know, so things that happen in your childhood somehow make some point in your life. And I think this point for me was, it gave me a sense of independence, if you like. I could do things by myself. You know, so I realized that at the point, and I also realized how much I was guided, because I think God, you know, looked after me. My family are very religious, prayerful people. You know, my mother, in the West Indies, the book I remembered the most is the Bible, you know. We had a big Bible, and everybody's names and birthdays was written in this book. And that's basically the only thing that we read. And my grandmother, you know, she's Church of England, and my father's side, they're all Seventh-day Adventist. So I was going to church on a Saturday with one set of grandparents, and on a Sunday with the other set. So, you know, it was like, even though they live in different village, I kind of, you know, went both. So it was a good experience, you know, having the difference, you know, in religions, if you like, you know, how they worship. And when I came here to England, straight away I went to church. And so I really, when I actually met Unification Church, which was, I think, by default, because one of my friends, when I was at college, she met somebody on the street, and so she invited me. But she went first with her friend, and then her friend heard the first part of the principle, and then the friend didn't want to go back for the second part, so she invited me to go. And I can see Dirk's daughters here. Dirk was the first person who taught me the principle, but he actually thought I was the same person who came before. So he kind of just carried on from where he left off. But actually, that was very much the part that I wanted to hear, or I was prepared by God to hear, because it made an impact on me. And it really, you know, when he asked if anybody would want to go to a workshop, I said yes, you know. I was here in the country about 5 years then, so I was 18 at the time. And yeah, so I decided to go, but then I had to convince my parents. So always, you know, it's a situation where you ask one parent and they say, ask, you know, the other one. So I asked my mom, and she said, well, if your dad says all right, you can go. You know? So I asked my dad, and he said, "Did your mom say it's all right?" And I said, "Well, she asked me to ask you, so I guess it's okay." And then he said, "Okay, then you can go." Actually, I live in Huddersfield, so from Huddersfield, it was all the way to Dunbar in Scotland. We had to go, so yeah, it was a long way. And one of the challenges I had was travel sickness, you know. But yeah, I managed to go to that workshop, and yeah, I came back and I was quite inspired. I went again to a 7-day workshop later on, and then I decided, to make that leap to join. And actually, I was due to go to study nursing in Harrogate, so I was going to leave home anyway. My sister and myself, we were fairly close. My sister became a Jehovah's Witness. Um, uh, it was a funny situation because somebody came to our house from the Unification Church, and they spoke to my sister. This was before I met. And then they decided that they wouldn't speak to me because I was smaller than my sister. And they didn't want me to, sort of, the parents to sort of, be upset or something. But anyway, so basically, this person didn't speak to me at all. And he gave my sister a book called New Future of Christianity. I don't know if you remember that. Yeah. And yeah, and I became quite interested because I was really strongly religious. And yeah, I read it, and my sister read it, and she said, "Oh, it's only about love," And I said, "Well, that's good," So, anyways, then later on, as I say, when I met my friend met someone and brought me, I actually met this brother, and he was thinking, "Haven't I seen you somewhere before?" And I told him the situation, and he said, "Okay, I didn't wanted to speak to you because I thought you were younger." Yeah, so yeah, I made that leap and came into Unification Church, and it's amazing because I have traveled so much in my life. I've had challenges, as you know, probably know. I have 3 children. Before I had, I was blessed in 1982 in Korea, and I have 2 children. But my husband passed away very young. I mean, he was 38 years old when he passed. And I had 2 young children to take care of. One was 3 and one was 5. And it was quite a challenge, to take care of 2 children, work and look after a house and do all these things, But what I really feel strongly is that my church community, because I could send the children to a workshop. I think the workshops actually helped me so much to bring my children up, because they, every holiday or every workshop, Sean would be there, Jude would be there, and sometimes it was a challenge to find the funds to do it, but it was my goal. I really wanted them to have that life, and then, I think with life, when you have challenges, always, I don't know if you've ever heard this poem about the footsteps, that, at the end, the person says that, when it was difficult, there was only one set of footprints, and then the scenario is that God carried this person. And I think for me also, I had challenges with the children, challenges with their upbringing, but at the height of challenges, God always sends. And I have a wonderful husband, David Mann, and in 1999, was it 1999, we had the comfort blessing, which is a blessing because bringing up two boys can be quite challenging, especially if you know a place like Stratford, where everything was, drugs, and it was difficult. That's why I said sending them to workshop was like the savior for them. But also David, he came, and when we discussed about the comfort blessing, one of the things for me was, David is Scottish, and I had this idea, I have two boys, they're gonna be challenged with all kind of difficulty from his relatives in Scotland. And so we had one school holiday, I think it was October, we went to Scotland, I went to stay with David's family, and the two boys came, and I was very inspired, really, because his mom and dad were so beautiful. They I think his father or mom, they said, we pray for you all the time, and they were so loving to the boys, to Sean and Jude. Every birthdays, they'd send them, before I even remember sometimes, I would get an envelope from David's mom, for the boys. And, they really showed me how much they loved us, So for me, it wasn't difficult, in that point. I had confirmation that his family, his sisters, they were so beautiful. They were so lovely to us. And when we had the comfort blessing, it's kind of like, I think, plume to bloom. My family are farmers, so I'm always pruning and seeing things bloom. And I think for me, in a sense, I was cut off from Jamaica, and I came here, and I had to regrow, if you like, and I'm grateful to everyone. I have, as I say, there have been challenges in my life, but I really feel now it's like looking back, I've had quite a charmed life. I have 4 grandchildren. I have 3 beautiful children, and 2 of them are blessed. One is halfway around the world in Japan, and it's really, really wonderful. I introduce myself now. I'm saying I'm Sharon, I'm Sean's mom, or I'm Jude's mom, because the children actually know my children, especially the younger generation. They know my children better than they know me. And thank you. Thank you so much. My daughter is really into Jamaica. She's actually can speak Jamaican better than me. And she's made some Jamaican food for us today. It's, what to call it? I have to get it right. She said Jamaican brown stew chicken. So, okay.
Thank you very much, Sharon. Thank you. Thank you. Wow. Yes, it's great to hear testimonies from brothers and sisters. It's always inspiring how God has worked in each of our lives. Yeah. One other thing which happened yesterday, the 4th, which I failed to mention, was a BCLC seminar at Lancaster Gate, and so that is a continuous thing. So if you have guests that you want to bring to that, please do so. Jenny Thompson was leading the program there, and Ashley Crosswaite and Dr. David Hanna gave the talks there. So that's inspiring to hear. And it was part 2 of the seminar. So that was just for you, Sharon, part 2, just for you here. So we're going to invite the band now, and then we will hear our talk, and then we can have something to eat. Yeah, okay. Okay, thank you.
If life were gracious enough. If life were gracious enough to guide my way, I would reach to the ends of the earth to bring loving every day, and each would find its home. Our next song is A Lot of Grace. Let's hear it from the sisters. Brothers.
Clouds may come, still He is there.
Together, I'll give my life and my love unto the one. I'm in the storm. I'm in the storm. Lost on the Brothers,
All things He paid, passing away. Only the light shall remain. All things He
together. I'll give my life.
Let's welcome up Simon Roselli.
So good morning, everybody. My laptop's now closed down. Actually, it's almost good afternoon now, isn't it? So I'll keep it short. I'll cut some because I know that at 12 you're waiting to finish. That's right, prune it. All right, here we go. We got anything? There we go. I won't read some things out. I'll just let you read it. Yeah, that was a long time ago. No, it's not me. Right, okay. Son of me. Right, okay. So, prune to bloom. So, a couple of Bible quotes. Our sufferings are light and momentary, and achieving us for eternal glory. So, Paul's talking about how, when compared to the eternal, our suffering is, short-lived. But actually, while we're in it, can appear the opposite. But anyway, also he says that God's with us through every trial. So praise be to God and the Father of our Lord Jesus Christ, the Father of all compassion and the God of all comfort, who comforts us in all our troubles. And also in James, it talks about suffering and saying that it produces a more mature faith. Consider it pure joy. That's nice, isn't it? Pure joy, right, my brothers and sisters, whenever you face trials of many kinds, because you will know that the testing of your faith produces perseverance. Let perseverance finish its work so that you may be mature and complete, not lacking anything. Be mature and complete sounds like first blessing, right? So maybe we need suffering, right? Okay? Do you think Father had anything to say on suffering? Yeah, a lot, right? He even wrote a speech about it, or gave a speech about it, called The Pinnacle of Suffering, which was in 1977. Certainly, no one enjoys suffering or tribulation because there's no happiness or joy in it. People want to avoid suffering because it is abnormal state of being and represents the reversal instead of progress. Our individual mind reflects God, the center of the universe, who must also dislike suffering. If God, the center and the master of the universe, is in a position to suffer, then all the other elements in the creation that belong to God have the same destiny. That's joyful, isn't it? Right? Not just us, but everything in creation has to suffer. I remember, is Tim here? Yeah. Tim gave this sermon one time, and he started off with Buddha's Four Noble Truths starts with life is suffering. And I thought, oh, that's going to be joyful, isn't it? You know, going to come out of there feeling wonderful. But anyway, basically, just by a show of hands, who here has suffered or is suffering? Right, so if you look around, Toyoko, never? Right, okay, fine. Right, I just thought maybe you were the one person that maybe didn't. Everyone else put their hands up. But anyway, everyone apart from Toyoko, right, has suffered. You didn't? All right, okay, you too, right? You're in a different boat, right? Okay, fine, that's all right. You're lucky, right? Because most of us have, right? We've all suffered in some... Huh? Okay, a challenge, right? Okay, fine. I'm not going to argue because we ain't got time. Right, okay, so maybe some of us have suffered more than others, but basically we're all in the same boat, whether you call it a challenge or whatever. And when you look around, conflicts that are taking place at the moment, those people are really suffering, right? This week is Remembrance Sunday, next Sunday, right? People that went through the Great War, right? First World War, Second World War, people that gave their lives, right? People that were brought up in those wars, they suffered, right? We have all suffered to some degree or others, right? Some of us, maybe we haven't gone through war personally, but we have all suffered on some level. So we need to kind of trust the process. But what is the process, right? So to work out what the process is, first of all, you need to work out what the goal of the destination is. Because once you work out what the goal of the destination is, you can then work out how to get there. So, what is the goal or the destination? Anybody? Kingdom of heaven, okay? Yes? Perfection, okay, right, okay? Peaceful ideal world, right? Okay, so different answers, but ultimately, our goal is to become God's son or daughter, right? To become a better person, to grow my heart, to grow my love. And if we all became God's sons and daughters, then we would be living in the kingdom of heaven. We would have peace on earth, right? So that's our goal. So we need to trust the process in order to get to that goal. So who likes gardening here? Right, okay, what do you need to do to make that perfect garden? Huh? Sowing? Anything else? Weeding, right? Okay, anything else? Water? Sunshine? Pruning, right? Okay, right, you need all of it, right? Actually, you need to keep on top of it, right? To keep that garden as it is, you need to spend a lot of time, a lot of energy, a lot of effort. Who here has the allotment? Right? A few of you, right? That you work on the allotment, right? Do you just, you go down there and that's it? Coffee, tea down there? No? Yeah, as well. Right, okay. But basically, it's time, energy, and effort. And you have to make, I grew up on a farm, and I had to cut out these raspberry canes up in Scotland. And every year we had to kind of prune it back, and it looked like you were killing the plant. But you did that in order so that the new growth could come through. And even you cut out some of the new growth, because otherwise there's too much. And sometimes it looked so vicious that there was almost nothing left. But if you didn't do that, you didn't give the chance for the raspberries to grow. So we need to, same for us, we need to put that same time and effort and energy into our lives, right? If I want to really get to that, become God's son or daughter, it's not going to happen just by having a cup of coffee or a cup of tea, right? And looking at the garden. I've got to put that time and energy and effort in. So this is somebody, anyone can tell me what this quotation is? Daniel 3:16 to 18. Okay, it's basically this one, okay? And it's these three, they trusted the process, right? They were there before the furnace, and they said, basically, our God will deliver us from it, right? The furnace. If you put us in there, it's okay because God will deliver us from it. But even if he does not, we want you to know that, Your Majesty, that we will not serve your gods or worship your image of gold you have set up. So either way, we're okay. How many of you have that kind of faith or trust in the process? If you were in that situation, it's difficult, isn't it? How many of you as an early Christian will be prepared to die for your faith, right? It's actually difficult to trust the process, isn't it? So when we look at it like that, sometimes, when we think about my faith, it's like, it's one thing after another. Maybe God, but actually, why is it one thing after another? Maybe it's because God believes you've got to a point where you can deal with that thing, right? And it's like going up, each of them seems to get bigger and bigger and bigger. And you get to there and you think, oh, finally, that's it. And then there's another one, right? And then you think, oh, God, okay. And then another one, right? But why? Because if you had to deal with from down there to down there, it may be too much for you. So maybe God is preparing you with those challenges, right? Bit by bit to go up, and so that you're ready to take it on. So actually, it's good when it comes to a head, right? It's good when, everything is taken away from you, because you can make a new start. You can make a new beginning. It's like cutting back everything in the garden, right? You're pruning, right? And you're ready to make that new start. If your crutches or your support systems or your defense mechanisms are all taken away and you're like a fish out of water, actually it's a good thing, because sometimes then you're in a position to reach out to God, because you can't do it by yourself anymore. So you have to reach out to God. Who likes to be in control of their lives? Right, okay. Basically, again, we're all in the same boat, hopefully. We like to be in control of our lives. But are we in control of our lives? No. How do we try and keep control of our lives? Anything that we do or use in today's society to help us control our lives, what do we use? Alarm clock. Yes, that's a help, isn't it? It's a watch or a clock, right? That helps you get up, right? Okay. Without that, it's difficult, right? Would you just wake up? Yeah, okay, probably not, right? Okay, anything else you use to control your lives or help you control your lives? The second alarm clock. The snooze button, right? Okay, right, okay. Anything else? Exercise, right? Okay. Plans, right? Or diaries, or computers, or, basically, we have so many things to help us try and control our lives. But actually, we have a PA. Some people have PAs, right? To help them control their lives. Mike, you have a PA, don't you? You do, right? Are you in control of your life? Less than before, right? Okay. Because suddenly you get told to go here or do this or do that, and everything changes, right? So actually, same for us. One small thing can knock everything out. It's like a dominoes effect. And one thing happens, and then another, and it goes all the way down the line. So recently, in the summer, there was this flight thing. And the flight things got put out. And it was only for 2 hours or 3 hours. But it affected thousands and thousands of people. And then their planes couldn't get there or whatever. So you think, I'm in control. But you're not, right? Because something is out of your control, can take place, which then knocks everything out. I was at a friend this week. and he's younger than me, he's like 50, and he had a stroke, right? And it's like suddenly he's in control, and then he's not in control, right? So sometimes it's our health, right? Sometimes it can be small, it can be anything that takes us away from that. So life is never plain sailing, right? Who here has a life that's like this, or even better, like that? No, right? It's always up and down, up and down. And it doesn't matter how famous you are. It doesn't matter how much money you have, right? There are always going to be things that you have to deal with, right? That are out of your control, right? And recently I went to like a family wedding, and I was sitting next to two people on either side that I kind of knew. One was a childhood friend, and one I kind of knew from somewhere else. But both of them, we were talking about, they called it their kind of like personal difficulties or their sufferings. And one had lost, her son had died aged 30, leaving, you know, he was married and then he had a couple of kids. But she said, okay, well, we've lost a son, but we've gained a daughter. And we've got two wonderful grandchildren. And then this other, we were talking, and we were kind of looking around the room, and we were going, you know, if you look at that family, they've got that suffering or that pain. And that family has got that pain and that suffering. And we kind of went around the whole room talking, and everybody had something that was really challenging or difficult or painful for them to deal with. And then she said, and then this childhood friend, she suddenly said to me, I'm no different. She said, I've got my own issues that I have to deal with. I have 3 daughters. She said, the first is going out with a drug addict. And I am terrified that that person, my daughter, will also start using. I am just terrified. It keeps me awake at night. She then said her second child, her second daughter, has come up to her recently and said, I'm not interested in men anymore. Or I've never been interested in men. That's new, right? Okay, fine. Third daughter, and this, she said, this is the worst. Shock and horror. My youngest daughter, is going to get married next year to someone of West African descent. She didn't actually say it in those words, right? Okay, but anyway, that's what she implied. And, you know, they're the most normal, you know, I would say kind of normal family. They've grown up in the countryside, they've had a good childhood, they've got a good family. But then she said, I have to deal with this. And, and it's like everyone has something. Nobody is exempt. We are all in that same boat. So last weekend, I had a free weekend because nobody was in my house, right? Everyone was visiting other people. And actually, it was just me. So actually, to be honest, I like my own company, right? I do, right? I can do what I want when I want, I can eat what I want when I want, I can leave the house as I like when I like, It's actually quite nice. And then no other opinions in the house. I can watch the TV, what I want to watch. It's actually quite nice. Who else likes their own company? Yeah, you see, there's quite a lot of us, right? Okay? We're all in the same boat, right? Okay? Right, sometimes. Yeah, sometimes. I wouldn't like it the whole time. I would not like it the whole time. I agree. But sometimes a break is as good as a holiday, right? Okay? Actually, who has a man cave? Maybe men, they have a man cave, right? And you can just retreat up there and you can shut the door. I have a man cave. It's at the top of the house. It's in a box office, and I sit there and I've got a TV in there. I can watch the TV as I do some work, and it's kind of nice. No one disturbs me. It's at the top of the house. Get a man cave. It's a good thing, right? Okay? Anyway, like I say, however much I like it, I wouldn't want it the whole time. And there's this saying, no man is an island. Right, does anyone know the full quote of that? No man stands alone. It's not bad. I wouldn't say it's perfect. Huh? I'll give it to you. So, no man is an island entire of itself. Every man is a piece of continent, a part of a main. If a clod be washed away by the sea, Europe is less, as well as if promontory were, as well as if a manner of thy friends or thy own were. Any man's death diminishes me, because I am involved in mankind. So even though we like to be our own island, right? We're connected. That's the point. So, does anyone know who said that? Yes, good. How do you know? Oh, right, okay, that's very good. And who was he? When did he give this? In a sermon, yes, he gave it in a sermon. But what does it actually mean, right? It means that, yeah, we're connected. Even though you want to be your own man in your man cave or your island, right? You're connected. And everything affects us because we're connected to mankind. So you can't say that you look at the news today and that you're not affected because we're all part of mankind. And actually, no one is self-sufficient, right? Everyone, to some degree, we rely on others. So I'm going to show you a clip of a movie. Anyone watch this movie, Champions of Heart? Anyway, I quite like watching movies that are based on true stories. And this is basically, it was a rowing team, and it was them coming to work together as a team to row in the state championships or whatever in America. Anyway, one of them was quite arrogant, and he basically said, I don't need anyone else in my boat, right? I'd be quicker if everyone else got out my boat. I'd be quicker by myself, because they're not very good. I'm good, but they're not. So anyway, this is what the coach then said to him. Hopefully it works.
Let me rephrase that. Everyone except Davenport, get out and swim to shore. Jake, how about you start it off?
In you go.
All right, Jake, you got it. Come on, Jakey. Coach. Come on, buddy.
Good luck, buddy.
Got a man
Right
up.
behind you.
Come on. Come on, Jake. There you go. That's it. All right, everybody else. Out of the boat. Come on.
I don't see the point in this, Coach.
Ben, I can still see you. Come on, Taylor. Okay, Davenport, row the boat back to shore. How? That's your problem. Row back! Hurry up! I thought you said you could move faster alone. This is different. You damn right it is. A lot more like real life. Okay, lesson over. Get out there and help Davenport.
So basically, we need each other. At the end of the day, although we might like to be our own island, right, we need each other. And we work better as a team. No matter, some may be stronger, some may be weaker, but we work better together. Anyone know who said this? Don't watch enough tennis. Okay. Coco Gauff, right? Anyway, she was 16 when she made, I think, her first debut. But anyway, she got to the French final in 2022. She lost it. She prays. She's very religious. She prays before every match for her opponent, right? That's kind of interesting, right? Not many of us would actually pray for our opponent before you're about to take them on, especially like in a final. But anyway, her point is that, without going through those trials and tribulations, if you just win, it's kind of like, okay. But if you really get up there, you lose, you get up there, you lose, you get up there. Like Andy Murray, right? He got to so many finals, right? And he lost every single final. He lost. Eventually, he got to the Olympics, he won that. But it still was not a major Grand Slam. But eventually, he won it. But that victory must have tasted much, much sweeter because of all those other challenges, because of all those other losses. It's the same for us. We have to go through certain things to make those things taste even better, right? And the thing. Anyway, I'm not going to kind of just finish with that. I'm just going to give you some answers or some things that you can do if you are suffering, right? and I'll just run through them briefly because I'm very aware of time. First of all, maybe it's good to share your suffering with God. Maybe it's good to share with a family, or your family, or a friend. Maybe we have a saying in England that a problem shared is a problem halved, right? It's good to talk, right? Also, practice acceptance, right? And this is important because we create suffering sometimes by not accepting our reality. We might say things like, it's not fair, why me? This shouldn't have happened. I can't take it, right? But actually, our instinct, in one sense, is to fight pain. That's our natural instinct. Normally, this instinct that fights pain is protective. But actually, in the cases of pain, it can backfire. If we try to avoid our pain and pretend that actually it isn't present, we turn to unhealthy behaviors. So the person that had the stroke this week that was under 50, his father died, and he was struggling with that. And he went through a grieving process, but he wasn't actually dealing with it. So he just comfort ate, and he said, I just put anything into my body. It didn't make any, liquids and food, right? So yeah, it turns to unhealthy habits. We might ruminate our pain, which means think deeply about our pain without actually doing anything about it. So in some cases, that can lead to substance abuse, right? Again, to dampen that pain. So, you need to accept, right? So the key to, that is accept your reality. If suddenly you're healthy, and then suddenly, I don't know, you have a car accident and you're in a wheelchair, that's your reality now. You can't keep thinking back, right? I had a healthy body, I used to be able to do this, it's not fair or whatever. That's your new reality. You need to deal with your new reality. Acceptance simply means that you're trying to, that means that you stop trying to deny your reality and you accept or acknowledge it instead. It does not mean, acceptance doesn't mean that you approve of a situation, right? And this can be, with our family, it can be with friends, whatever. Acceptance does not mean that you approve of a situation and that you don't want it to change, but you do accept it, right? Acceptance also is not a synonym for forgiveness. It's just accepting where you are at that point. So we need to practice acceptance. Make a list. This can be your homework. Make a list of things that you would like to accept in your life. Like I say, it doesn't mean that you agree with them or you forgive them or whatever, but you can accept them. Also, break the situation down. If you think this is, all of it like this, you are not going to win the war in one go, right? Fight lots of little battles. If you break it down and you take on those battles one by one, you win lots of battles, you'll win the war, right? So break it down into, chunk-sized pieces. Focus on the present, right? The past is past. You cannot change the past, right? You cannot actually change, you can't predict the future, right? So you just have to focus on your present day, right? That's why it's called the present. It's today, right? So focus on the present and reach out, right? A friend in need is a friend indeed. And sometimes, as a community or as a movement, sometimes we're not very good at certain things. But one thing we are good at is coming together to support someone in their time of crisis, right? When someone's had a real, crisis or they've lost a loved one or whatever it is, as a community, we've rallied around that person. So reach out, because a friend in need is a friend indeed. And I just want to kind of finish with you with this, again, it's a very, very short video, to say have a great day, have a great week. This comes from a band called New World Order. Anyone heard of New World Order? They're kind of it's a nice name, right? New World Order, right? Okay. And this guy, I kind of respect him for some things, is he could make a video like this very cheaply, but also he was a mixed martial artist, right? He was 40 years old, and then he realized, actually, I can't keep doing mixed martial arts. I'm 40 years old now, the body won't take it. So he completely changed, right? And started making videos and music and things like that. Anyway, it's very Japanese. It will put a smile on your faces, but also it kind of tells you to have a nice day. And then afterwards, I was shocked, oh no. Right, okay, there we go, here we go. So, have a nice day, have a nice week. Please join me in prayer. Dear Heavenly Parent, thank you so much for being here together with us now as we come together to take some time to be together, to worship together with you, to worship together with brothers and sisters. We all go through our own challenges, our own difficulties, our own course, and everyone's course is different. And we can't look at each other and compare courses, but we just have to look at what we have to deal with and deal it together with you. But know that actually by going beyond it, that actually we come out the other side a better person. Sometimes in life things seem to be quite challenging, difficult, like pruning back the bush. But we know that actually in the future it's there to bloom. I pray that you can be with us all through this week. And I offer report this prayer now in my name, Simon Roselli of a Blessed Central Family. Adieu.
Thank you very much, Simon. And let's give Simon a big round of applause in gratitude for your message. Thank you. And we'll now have our offering song. So welcome the band.
words of wisdom. Thank you for all the trials in our life, in my own life. Thank you for the encouragement from our brother Simon. Please accept all the donations, all the tithings of our time and work, and please bless everyone with all the blessings and whatever they need for this week, for the month. Please take care of everyone and protect them. I pray on behalf of my brothers and sisters gathered here and online, and everyone who is joining on this Sunday in the prayers and worship. Adieu.
Thank you. Please be seated. We want to recognize and greet anyone who hasn't been here ever before, or who has been away, like in America for a long time or something like that, yeah. Away for a while and is back. So please rise. Can I have a runner with a microphone to anyone who has never been here? Please introduce yourselves. Yeah, let's start from the left, and then, yes. Yeah.
Hi everyone, nice to see you again. This is my wife, Kristen. She's from Kansas City, USA. She has actually been here before.
That's right.
But we've never been here together.
Yeah.
So, yeah, lovely to be back. We're back for about a month, and then we're heading back to the USA. But lovely to see you guys. Thanks.
Thank you. Thank you. And then Simon, and I see Tiger in the back. That's right. So, yeah.
Hello, everybody. My name's Simon. I'm a friend of David and Sharon's. So I've come along especially to listen to what Sharon had to say, and I love that. So thank you very much.
Oliver, can you take it to the back? Yeah. Okay. At the back there.
Good afternoon, everybody. Good to see you all. It's been a while, 3 months in the USA. Now I'm back, so give me a hug, tell me you love me, whatever you want to do. Yeah. I went there just to play sports for a football tournament. There's a BC kind of sports festival they have there. So we turn up with the UK team, of course, standard, we won it. But yeah, thank you. Yeah, but the work wasn't complete. I actually decided to become a missionary. And yeah, so I was traveling around the USA fundraising and witnessing all over the place and having an amazing time. Looks like next year I'll be off to Zambia for 5 months to continue my mission. And off to Thailand tomorrow with the amazing Brothers in Arms initiative. So yeah, thank you guys. Love you all. Good to see you again.
Anybody else? Yeah, hey,
hello.
welcome back.
It's good to be back. Hi. Yeah. My name's Philip. You know me. I've been in Korea for 3 weeks, actually 23 days exactly. I joined the workshop. After that, I traveled to Hong Kong.
That's random.
Yeah, I got matched recently.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah, so I spent 5 days there and then, yeah, came back. Long jet lag. And yeah, back to reality. Yeah, thank you.
Thank you.
Good to see you.
Welcome back. One more.
Hi, my name's Kadri. I'm a BC from Manchester community, but I've recently moved to London. So
Oh, wow. Cool.
I'm here.
Thank you. Welcome. Okay. Thank you. We're going just to remind you that next week, Sunday, our Holy Day celebrations will be at Livingston House, 11 o'clock. If you have any, of course, we know some sisters have already volunteered to help prepare the Holy Table, and they'll be doing their conditions to do that. And let us also be making internal conditions to prepare for the day and bring our offerings on the day. But also, we want to have a nice entertainment after the pledge service. So if you have anything to offer on that day, it's True Children's Day, then please let me know, and then we can draw up a program for that. So let's have our benediction now. Forgive, love, and unite. Gratitude brings about heavenly fortune. Forgiveness opens people's minds, and love moves people's hearts. Let us be grateful for everything. Forgive our enemies. Love your neighbors as we love ourselves, and work in oneness for peace. Jew. I'd like to invite Nitya up to say a prayer for grace for our food. So please, if you please help set up tables and chairs first away, and then tables, chairs back again, and then let's line up and have a potluck lunch. Let the elders eat first, please. I mean, yeah, olders.
Join me in prayer, please. Good morning, our most beloved Heavenly Parent. Thank you for testimony and the sermon and uplifting music and smiling of young couple and young family and friend. And we would like to offer the hard work of joyfulness of people who prepare food today to share with the potluck. I pray and offer that bring unity and oneness together today, and offer from our heart and report to you in our name at Blessed Central Family, Jew.
Thank you very much. Have a great week. Thank you.